Hey everybody, welcome to La Cocina de Tawa. Today I'm making a Mexican dish. This dish is called birria. It's a Mexican stew. It originated from the state of Jalisco, Mexico. Traditionally it's made with goat meat. I don't have any goat meat, but I'm going to use lamb and beef. You guys asked for birria de res, meaning like a beef birria. So I'm going to add both, right? So go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so this is a cut of lamb that I'm using. This is leg of lamb. I'm going to use 2 of these. You can use bone with. This is boneless. This weighs about 1.5 pounds. Alright, so shout out to people that commented on my last YouTube video. Sue4252, Paulina, as well as Kendra and Destiny. Thanks again for commenting and inspiring me to make this dish. So I'm going to cut up the lamb in pieces like this, not too small and not too big. That way it cooks faster. The whole total cook time, it took me about 3.5 hours. All right, so I'm just gonna cut them up like this, as well as the beef and yeah, just the beef and the lamb. Alright, so for the beef, I'm going to use chuck roast here. This weighs about close to 4 pounds. So I'm going to go ahead and come up just how I did the lamb. And I'm going to use also some short ribs, some beef short ribs. They give a lot of flavor to the bone inside. And man, I'm going to use these short ribs for tacos as well. Traditionally, it's birria is served like in a bowl, but sometimes they do put them on tacos. And every version is different. There's different kind of birria versions. This is the way I make it. This is my recipe. I created this, and I'll show you all the ingredients here in a bit. I'm also going to use this big damn bone here. It's going to give tons of flavor, all the bone marrow in there. So it's a beef bone, so I'm going to go ahead and add that as well. So what you're going to do first here is you're just going to fry up all the meat with olive oil. So just brown them on all sides. And yeah, this took me probably about not that long. It took me about 5 minutes, and the flame is on medium high heat. And like I said, I'm using some olive oil, probably about 2-3 tablespoons. It's a lot of meat. Alright, so here are the short ribs. I'm gonna go ahead and brown them up as well. If you've never had beef short rib tacos, man, you're missing out. They're freaking amazing. So much flavor with these short ribs. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and brown these up, take them off, put the bone in, and put all the meat back in. Alright, so I'm gonna put all the meat back in, and this whole time, like I said, the heat is on medium high heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and top this off with water until it covers the whole top of the pot. This is gonna be cooking, like I said, for about 3.5 hours. So you want lots of water in there because a lot of it's gonna evaporate. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up, close it, and wait for it to boil. Alright, so once it starts boiling, I'm going to go ahead and start adding all the ingredients. I'm gonna add half of an onion, some bay leaves. I'm gonna put some oregano, about a tablespoon, some allspice. If you have thyme, go ahead and use thyme as well. I don't have any. I'm gonna use some cumin. You can use much cumin as you want. I don't like cumin that much, but it goes good with this dish. So I'm only going to use about like a pinch of it. I'm gonna use salt to taste and black pepper. I recommend you use at least 4 tablespoons of salt, probably even more. I put a little bit of salt here to start off with, and then later on I went ahead and tasted. So I'm gonna use about half of a handful of some garlic cloves. Just mix this up, and we're gonna close this, let this simmer for 3.5 hours. Okay, so we're going to make our adobo sauce, and I'm going to use about 8 guajillo chili peppers. I'm going to use about 2 chipotle dried peppers and 4 ancho peppers. Birria is a little bit dark, darkish kind of tint color to it, and that's from the chile anchos. So that's why I'm using 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up with a little bit of water and some vinegar, as you saw there. And then we're gonna go ahead and add it into the pot. Alright, so I'm going to make a spicy red salsa. I'm going to use about 4 jalapenos, some tomatoes, guajillo chili peppers, some onion. I'm going to use these Japanese dried chili pods or peppers. I'm going to add the whole little bag full here. Stir this up, let this come up to boil. Once the skin starts pulling off the tomatoes, then it's done. And we're going to put a little bit of water, add some garlic cloves, blend this up, and it should be ready to go. I'm going to go and garnish it in the bowl of stew, and then also in tacos. Alright, so I'm going to garnish with some onion and some cilantro. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up, dice it up really good. Alright, so it's been about 3.5 hours now, and the meat is done. It's tender to my taste. You can leave it on longer if you want, or less. All this fat and oil that you see on top, go ahead and skim that off. I recommend doing that. It's a lot of fat and oil, so just skim it off with like a spoon. So I'm going to build my short rib tacos here, and I'm going to garnish it with the cilantro, the onions. I didn't show it, me putting it on, but I'm going to put some lime juice, and you can add some lemon juice as well. So I'm going to put a little bit of the broth and the salsa. Damn, that salsa is spicy if you do bake it. It's really good though, tons of flavor. Another thing is, thanks for everybody that commented on the last video that I posted. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Go ahead and comment below if you have any other suggestions. I'm going to make some holiday videos, like some tamales, some pozole, also other kinds of dishes, and some drinks as well. So go ahead and comment below still if you have any suggestions. I'm also gonna make some tacos de canasta. You know what will be really fun if you do make this, which I recommend you really do make this because it's really good. I recommend you take a picture if you do try any of my dishes. It doesn't matter what dish you try, go ahead and tag me like on Facebook and Instagram, and that will be so much fun if you do that. Go ahead and comment below, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching. Buen Provecho.